All right. Greetings. This is She That Exists with She That Exists, her story channel. And I woke up at 2:36 a.m. And I knew that it was time for me to do this. Like, we were just like woken up in the middle of the night and just knew that it was time for you to do something, and you just knew something in your knowing. So I woke up at 2:36 this morning, and I knew in my knowing that it's time to start a support group. And so and then I just laid there probably till about 6 o'clock this morning saying, okay, well, how am I going to do this? What am I going to do? How do I announce it? This is a really big challenge for me to take on, and it's a lot of responsibility for my soul's purpose and my life's purpose and my calling, and I'm not ready. I'm not sure if I'm ready to take on such an important task. However, it's needed in the world today. I see a lot of survivors coming out, and they're asking for help, just like to the public, a general audience, and people who have survived all different types of things, whether it's sadistic ritual abuse, organized religious abuse, cult abuse, any type of organized institution, government abuse, cult abuse, ritual abuse, satanic ritual abuse, any type of organization. I know I talk about the free and accepted Masons a lot. Oh, hi. IKYHWH. Okay, I think this is the first time we've connected live. Hi, I'm She That Exists. I'm glad that you're here, and thank you for letting me know that I'm needed. Literally, I woke up and I looked at the clock. It was 2:36, and like this is just what I knew that I needed to do. And I'm naturally introverted. And it takes everything I have just to come out and voice and be seen, which is why I originally created this channel, is because I wanted to find my voice. And so what I've noticed is that there's a lot of satanic ritual abuse survivors, a lot of people want to say like Satanism isn't real, and like when a lot of survivors like came and started speaking out about sadistic ritual sexual abuse and religious abuse and cult abuse, they called it the satanic panic. And it was hard for me to I want to believe that there was something like that as well. But then now people can just look it up, and they could do the research for themselves and see like that the Satanists have organized. And so they're like officially an organized religion. So you can't like really say like Satanism doesn't exist anymore, or that it's just like a satanic panic thing, especially because they're very open with their agenda, and doing like ceremonies like publicly in front of monuments, and creating documentaries, and they're putting themselves out there. So I figured, like if everybody's just like putting themselves out there for their agenda or their whatever they're promoting or whatever, then it's no time for me to be introverted and shy. So I know that we know of a lot of people who have been coming out with their stories about how they were sexually and sadistically, ritually abused as children and passed around. I've been educating about the cartels and the trafficking rings on this channel. Gosh, I have to do a timeline. I think it's like three years now that I've been educating about transnational organized crime and national organized crime, and the cartels and the human trafficking rings and the child and women, and they traffic males too, like men who are good men who do not want to comply, and who do not want to bow down to the $1 billion child pornography industry, and the trafficking and trade, and which is modern day slavery. And I always let people know that slavery comes in many forms, that it's not what we were indoctrinated to believe in, like the traditional school system. So I know that there have been people who have survived that. And then anyone who has been just sadistically sadistically abused or gang stalked or gaslighted or um I guess like targeted to the point where you are like your quality of life has been significantly reduced and affected because you were a part of, let's say, a government organization, or like a governing body of an organization. That's the best way for me to word it. A governing body of an organization, because different organizations have different governing bodies. And so if you were abused by a governing body of an organization that has significantly diminished your quality of life, if you, whether it's been mental abuse, emotional abuse, spiritual abuse, sexual abuse, um, religious abuse, because religion means to rebind, to be placed into bondage. That's the original meaning of the word. Um, I'm starting a support group, and it's officially started now. um, and I guess, since I woke up at 2:36 this morning, that's when it was officially started, because that's when I knew that I was starting it. And I think it's really important. No, I don't think I know that it's really important for people who are choosing to walk away from those types of things that no longer benefit them and serve them, and no longer benefit their children or serve their family, and choose to live a more excellent life, and choose to live a better quality of life, to be mentally, emotionally, and spiritually free and physically free from people who try to dominate and control them and violate their rights. We need a safe place where we can come and gather and share our stories, find our voice again, reprogram ourselves, feel safe to voice, feel safe to show up, feel safe to speak. I know for me, with everything that I have survived, I there was nowhere like safe, like for me to go. Thank goodness I had one or two good friends who knew that this type of stuff like happened, and that these types of people were willing to like even murder their own children and have their own children trafficked. I've shared a lot of my story in detail, pieces and parts in different videos, and so my truth is all over this channel. I lived in fear for many years of my life. When I started educating about what is going on with children and the sexual ritual abuse and the sadistic ritual abuse with children and the trafficking rings, and the pedophilia and the incest, and all the different things that are going on, and how if women choose that they do not want to be a part of it, and they do not want to be a part of that lifestyle, then they like literally will have the moms trafficked or murdered. And for me, whenever I learned that my family members, certain people, my family members, one in general came to me and said, one person is like right by the window. So I apologize for that background noise. But one of my family members came to me and told me that like sadistically, ritually abusing children, and molestation and incest and religious rituals, and religious sexual rituals were normal. And that unless I accepted it then as normal, then I could no longer be a part of the family. And so I chose not to be a part of the family, and I chose God, I chose Creator, I chose life, I chose a more excellent way, because really, who wants to be a part of that crap? Like, I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want my children to be a part of that. I don't want my children's children to be a part of that. And so I walked away with clean hands and a pure heart. And they didn't like it very much. I had some lashing out. They made sure that my life was hard. They paid somebody to destroy my vehicle. I was gaslit. I was slandered. Uh, my quality of life was significantly diminished. However, that's just like the punishment for leaving the cult, so to speak, or the family. So I know that this is needed, a safe place for people to come together to share their stories and to heal and to be safe and to connect. I know that a lot of people, they've lost their job, they've lost their family, they've lost everything that they've known. However, that gets us definitely closer to our Creator. It reconnects us like to our true self. um, I'll I'll put all of my specialties and all of my education and all of my degrees into the description box. However, I at this point in life, it's not our education, it's not our degrees, it's, are we responding to our soul's purpose and our life calling, and are we here doing what the Creator is calling us here to do? So anybody who like has survived any type of mental misuse, sadistic mental misuse, emotional, spiritual, physical trafficking, um, organized religious abuse, organized governmental bodies of different organizations abuse. I mean, even if you're a former free and accepted Mason and you've left that organization, which the truth is coming out that it's not exactly what meets the eye. And many people are learning the truth about all of that as well. So if you have left that and, they have lashed out at you and like have gotten back at you and targeted you for choosing your own freedom and choosing to be free in your mind and in your heart and choosing to live a life according to your own conscience, um, you are more than welcome to be a part of the support group because we need each other. And anybody who has survived anything as sadistic as any of the things that I've mentioned, we need each other to rebuild our lives. We need each other to rebuild our businesses. We need each other, for those of us who have businesses, to hire people who are having to start over. And it's really great when you can come together and you can connect in these ways because we need each other. Like, we absolutely need each other. Our lives are important, our stories are important, our children are important, our families are important. And um, so I just feel highly, 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 highly hired or inspired that it's beyond time to create this. So thank you for letting me know that I am needed. I've known it's been challenging for me as well because I've overcome all kinds of just sadistic misuse of my soul in my own family um, and in other organizations. So it's like been really hard for me um, to step out and to be a part of things. However, I know I'm exactly where I'm needed to be now for such a time as this. And um, anyone who feels that this is for you and you're seeing this video and you're saying, I need this, and you feel a resonance and you feel a connection, um, email she that exists at protonmail.com and connect, share a little bit about yourself, and then I'll share more about the support group and how we're meeting, how often that we're meeting. I'll establish office hours, and one of the things I'm good at is I'm good at holding space, and I'm good at holding a container that is safe for people to express. And those of us who have survived some of the worst things in life that people shouldn't even have to endure or go through, it's really hard for us to even express that we have basic needs that need to be met. That has been a challenge that I have struggled with. Um, because I always had more than enough. I always had um, so much that I was just able to give, to give, to give, to give, to give. And I apologize for the lawn, the lawn maintenance sound in the background. However, after I decided to leave the abuse and the mind control and to get out of a way of life that I knew was not what God, my Creator, wanted for me, um, I was just stripped of everything. They love to strip you of just even like your own like dignity and your own pride in yourself. And and especially like self-love and your own purpose. And so I know that there's so much that needs to be rebuilt, and we can do it together. And we're here to be connected. We're here to thrive. Um, and one of the things that I had a hard time with, that I really challenged with, like expressing that I had basic needs that needed to be met. Um, so if anybody's seeing this and you're starting over from ground zero, and you're struggling like in any way, and even if it's just with loneliness, because you feel isolated, and just even struggling to get like back into the world to where like it doesn't even feel safe, and you don't even know where to start. um I know what that's like. I've absolutely been there. And I I just know I need to do this, and it needs to be done. And so she that exists at protonmail.com. We're here to connect. We're here to build each other up. We're here to support each other. We're here to make sure that everybody has their basic needs met. And we can do that. I've seen enough of survivors like just reaching out to the general public, and it's actually dangerous to reach out to the general public like that, because there are a lot of predators. And you never know like who you're talking to. And I know that from experience. So yeah, I want to put that out there too. I'm going to keep this short and brief, because I do feel like that I created and shared and expressed what needed to be expressed in this video. um yeah, so this is She That Exists, for She That Exists, her story channel. And if this resonates with you, please email me at shethatexist@protonmail.com, and I'll share more information. And as this comes together, then more details will be shared to those who reach out through email. And I'll definitely make sure that I have office hours available to where anybody can come online. And what I want it to be most of all is a safe place where people can get their basic needs met, and share and express what is needed, and come to life again and feel safe, and know that their life is not over, that they are not alone, and that they did a good thing by choosing not to be a part of something less than love. So I was bullied, and basically like gang stalk and hate crimes were committed on me, because I chose not to be like a part of this religious organization cell group that was forming, that was definitely not God based, and it definitely was not love based. And as soon as I let these people know that I didn't want to be a part of their cell group and their religious organization that they were forming out of their home, because it was not love based, they turned on me just like that. And all of their darkness and their disgusting behavior came out. So I have many examples that I could share, and I know that I'm not the only one. So this is She That Exists, for She That Exists, her story channel, and I will be back.